It's Ray Give TV in the block. Let's get right to it.
Had Dirk in a case, and they basically just all of a sudden said, you know what, we're not gonna go prosecute this, and he felt like the feds was already taking interest in Dirk, and I mean he was right.
I said the same shit when they dropped that gun case on Dirk when him and Bond had together.
Yeah, that's specifically what they were talking about.
I said it. I said they just not go just because your Cody get killed. Okay, this dude with Sauce Walker and his artist, right? They just killed one of them niggas in Houston today, right?
By the way, that's crazy, ain't it?
No, that's just how it go, right?
If you remember, they kept saying the Sauce Walker was some Memphis history.
We're not doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that. Listen, bro, Houston's a big old place. See,
no,
you talk that shit, and you must do that punk shit. Cause what you finna try to do is insinuate something, bro. It ain't Saul's fault that this nigga went down to Houston, my nigga. Like,
no.
Houston the big place.
I'm not blaming Sauce at all. What I'm saying is that it's ironic that people said that murder of Sayso P was some Memphis shit, and then all of a sudden this guy who his face gets shown in the media that he was in the car and he pretty much killed Sayso P, he goes to the hometown of the other nigga who was also in it, which is Houston. Like, if I'm thinking it's Memphis niggas, I'm like, why would you go to Houston if the other guy that got shot from
because Houston? It's the perfect place to hide out. Hide Houston, where they don't expect you to be.
A lot of niggas from Memphis moved to Houston too. Memphis moved to Houston and Dallas.
Wait, repeat that. I don't know who said that. You said a lot of people from Memphis are going to Houston and Dallas, is that?
Yeah, a lot of people from Memphis and Chicago moved to Houston and Dallas, bro. It's a lot of Chicago niggas in Memphis and
so he probably
in Dallas and Houston.
End of the day,
so he was running. He was on a run down there type shit.
He was on the run. They showed his face. They showed his whole face, right? So, you know, at the end of the day, shit gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, shout out to Sauce. And, you know, I don't know what happened on the other end. They say some money was taken or whatever. It is what it is. I'm just telling these artists, you come in the game, bro. You from Mountain, Tennessee. Nigga, don't come out with the Mountain, Tennessee entertainment. Nah, nigga. Call that shit up. Name that shit after your grandmama.
Hey, by the way, and again, I think you're right. A lot of this probably is like really maybe removed from Baby, but he's the sexy, attractive name, and it's like George Cheedy.
Yeah, he the one made 4PF worldwide. We know it as a record company.
Yeah. So
you know what I'm saying?
I clicked on this journalist page, and he says, I guess there's other bullshit happening. These guys probably don't even know, Baby. It says it appears that a murder victim is Keontae Davis. He was a defendant in another murder case involving 4PF gang members, right?
Yeah, he was the rat.
They said the Department of Justice indicted 8 members of Goodfella gang a couple weeks ago and have received an order to seal some documents in a case because Goodfellas are expected to be murder snitches. What the hell? Similar, the death of Davis may be a reprisal for cooperating in the plea deal of the Wilson murder. And this part you guys don't understand. It says, the pace of murder and retaliation is accelerating, which is why, and this is the journalist saying it, which is why I would be unsurprised if Fonnie Willis pulls the trigger on a RICO for the Goodfellas defendants and 4PF sooner than later. What isn't clear is whether Lil Baby himself will be wrapped up in it, never mind other marquee rappers. What the? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It's definitely a bad deal to kind of claim anything that street niggas are doing some totally separate shit. Like you niggas baby moms, he go kill a nigga. Now they gonna say he did it for the gang. You know what I mean? Kind of spooky, man.
Bro, these niggas is goofy. Now they talking about loose cannons not in the feds.
Yeah, you saying that?
The internet is goofy as tell you something, bro. Whenever you on a collect call and that say Global Tel Link, that nigga's in custody.
Yeah, he's definitely in custody, of course. What they think that he's telling? If Loose Cannon can't tell nothing that he ain't say publicly already, man. They would bring him into the interrogation room and be like, "Do you know anything more?" He'd be like, "No, I already told everybody on No Jumper." Yo, I see you call No Jumper and told him to stop talking to Luce while he's locked up. I really appreciate that, one, because I've been saying recently, like, if you're involved in the
Yeah, but guess
indictment,
what? Guess what? He done called in 38 other places, bro. Y'all gotta stop blaming me, my nigga.
no, nobody's blaming you. I said that was a dope move by you to actually say, yo, y'all got to stop talking to him because everything isn't content. For these guys, they shouldn't be talking. I don't care if you had a media personality or like an influencer, type of thing when you were free. But right now, you know what I mean? Again, you asked me about some shit like shit. I want to say a lot, but why pay a lawyer? Like, why pay a lawyer if you're just gonna go on there and emotionally just say shit that sometimes you jammed up? It just might just be volunteering too much shit.
I mean, at the end of the day, he gonna do what he wanna do. That's what I keep trying to tell y'all. LUCE ain't nobody's little homie. You get what I'm saying?
What is that? Isn't he like big you little homie? Respectfully?
He ain't nobody's little homie, bro. You got some dudes to where, some niggas that give you that respect that you older than them, come from another generation, but you not finna run them. You ain't finna tell them what to do. It ain't gonna happen. Straight up. It's not gonna happen. He ain't nobody's little homie, so he gonna run his own program. All I can do is suggest something. That's why I'm like, bro, who the f*** you niggas ain't finna assign me a job, nigga, that I didn't sign up for. You responsible for 6ix9ine?
I am definitely not.
Can you control him?
I wish I could.
Let's get right to
You
it.
can't.
No, but okay, so if you know that about him, what makes you think a nigga can control LUCE Cannon?
No, you know what it is? I think people be looking for you to just look out for him. Like, if he says some shit, you be like, nah, bro, we're not about to talk about that. Like, I think sometimes when they feel like you're sitting next to him,
hey, bro.
and they feel, they're giving you credit by saying you're smart enough to know that he's saying some shit he shouldn't say. And when they feel like you know that, but you're not telling him, you're not changing the subject, or you're walking.
Akademiks, let me ask you a question. This is where I think all y'all are slow in the brain. If he already said it, what the f you want me to do about it? I don't know what a nigga gonna say.
It's Give TV.
In the block.
If I ask you, so if Adam asks him, what's your relationship with Big U or why did y'all fall out? You think I know what he about to say?
No.
He said it. So you want me to do what? What you want me to do?
I don't know. I think people kind of look at it like certain things you wouldn't even talk about or tap into when you know your man. It's like you know that one homeboy that every time he around either women or he around certain people, he can't keep his mouth shut. So you either don't bring that person around, or when you bring that person around, you keep the conversation very short, and you make sure you control the flow of the conversation, that this person isn't giving up information.
Hey, bro, y'all asking too much of me, bro.
That might be that too.
You asking way too much of Wack, bro.
That might be that.
Look, let me tell you something about this 100 side over here, bro. And pay attention. You see this floor? I don't have to be here for it to run. I don't have to be here for content to get dropped, for scheduling to happen, for the floor to be protected. You know why? Everybody know what to do. You get what I'm saying, Ak?
Yeah.
Everybody know what to do, and that's what I'm used to. Since a pup. When I go back to track and field, or Pop Warner football, or even my little crew on the block, when we was some little dusty ass niggas with the clubhouse I built in the backyard. You get what I'm saying? Everybody knew what to do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So, hey, look, bro, you got the orange tree at home, so make sure you pick some oranges. And you got the apples and grapes, so y'all bring them to the clubhouse, put them on the shelf. You make sure you sweep the carpet. I'ma make sure, nigga. I'ma go make sure we got the peanut butter and jelly. I got the extra bread. Don't worry about that. Like everybody knew what to do. We had one nigga. He was an expert at fixing bikes. So when we get to the backyard, it was his job to go through our bikes, make sure it wasn't. Everybody know what to do. We had 3 out of the 8 of us that were straight fighters. Niggas could fight. Anytime somebody wanted to come fight, them was the 3 niggas fight. You get what I'm saying? I'm used to everybody knowing what to do. On the football field, the line know how to block. The quarterback know what to do. I'm a running back. Everybody knows what to do. When I come sit down with you, bro, at your studio, keep it real, act. You don't have to babysit me. Turn the camera on, nigga. We up.
Well, I keep saying you're a one-of-one when it comes to street dudes, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never heard you say, "Yo, Act, let me tell you about this one crime I did." I've never heard it.
I don't.
Hold on. The problem with a lot of podcasters, like, even like say Brick Baby, I think Brick Baby naturally isn't an entertaining person, and where he first found his like niche was, I'm gonna tell you something that's going on in the streets that is going to be interesting to y'all, that y'all want to watch me. When a lot of podcasters, that's the only thing that gets them the like. Wack, you could sit here and roast somebody and people laugh. You could sit here, like, you could talk about anything. You could talk about R&B for 2 hours and keep an audience, right? A lot of these dudes, they can't do anything to entertain an audience, but really give a real insight into what's going on in the street and their former crimes or former lives. And that kind of gets them jammed up. I see it all the time in podcasting. That's why you see a lot of street dudes go in there and then they try to basically just sell their stories. I mean, that happened in Chicago too a bit, but a lot of the Chicago dudes that didn't get jammed up is talking about stuff from like when drill just started, like 2012. They're like, oh, this is what it was like then. You know what I mean? A lot of those people are dead or they're incarcerated. This new wave is like, these niggas is talking about shit that happened last week. Like, they're talking about like things that have no statute of limitations. I don't know. But I've never seen you do that.
I may talk about a nigga that got kicked in the ass or some shit like that, but you're not finna hear me talk about, no crazy shit. That ain't gonna happen. Yeah. It's not gonna happen.
No, of course.
I done seen a lot of shit. I done seen some shit that it ain't even worth talking about because you niggas won't believe it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I done seen some shit. There's people in my life that are part of history that you hear songs about, that they're really here. You get what I'm saying? Like, really here. You gotta remember, like, our first generation of this shit is in the 70s. Follow what I'm saying? Like, I could really, like, let you talk to some motherfuckers that really tell you where this shit come from. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, those people that, I mean, these niggas will shoot a nigga at 2 o'clock. Nigga, they dropping the songs 3:30. I done been with you, Act, niggas sending you shit. Yo, we just up on the block on them niggas. Remember them niggas last week? Put this up. You like, yo, bro, do you understand that it shows everything? I don't give a fuck, and I watch you not put it up. That's why I be defending you when niggas be like, Act be this, Act be that, bro. Act, the same shit. Now I'm glad I'm thinking. You know, you came here and said, Wack, they be saying you always got all the shit?
Yeah.
Act. They said the same shit about you. Am I right or wrong?
Oh no, of course. But
how did you get it, Act?
Oh no.
I see it.
Hey, listen, bro, we just know how to read and write and use our brains, man.
No. How do you get a lot of shit?
And then, no.
They just sent it to you.
No. Some of it is like they'll tell me themselves. No, half of the Chicago stuff, niggas was just telling me themselves. But like, like when people talk about paperwork, like people think getting paperwork is police. No, it's just learning how to being able to read and write. But a lot of times the street stuff, like niggas really, they don't like doing something without people knowing they did it. So like, I remember there was one time a shooting, and it was a shooting at Rolling Loud. Okay, this was back. I think Young Boy. It was.
I remember that you talking Miami, right?
Yeah. And what happened
you talking to the Ritz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other rapper, I won't ever mention the name, he DM'd me and he said that was us. And I was flabbergasted because I'm like, I don't know, wait, should should I put this in the story, or you're just trying to let me know that you like that? And I mean, obviously, I didn't put it in the story, but I always wondered, why tell me that? Because to this day, it's never been reported. That person is, I don't know if it's connected. I don't know if people have connected to it later, but no one has reported it. But that person volunteered information, so yeah, we did that shit.
Listen, it's a whole lot of shit that come to me that I ignored. You know, even about what's been going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, the producer, I talked to him in the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? And I said it's a lot of questions about what's being said in this paperwork. You get what I'm saying? And he went over everything with me. Everything.
Hey, oh, by the way, this is about to get messy. So there's someone who claims they're a court reporter. I'm not too sure who they are, so I don't want to disrespect them. But their name is Infamous Sylvia on Twitter. They said they're a lifestyle YouTuber and a court vlogger. Okay, apparently they did a good job covering the YSL trial. They said that someone is on a stand for
down below. Let me know what y'all think about that premium content. You feel me? We're gonna run it up and run it up and run it up. Then what? Be sure to like the video. Go ahead and share the video. Be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend. We got content. To everybody out there working hard on the grind. If you believe it, you'll achieve it. Do what you got to do today to be prepared for tomorrow. And there it go. But until next time, it's your boy Ray giving them go. God bless. Peace.
It's Ray Give TV.
in the block.
Let's get right to it.